You're not gonna. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, guys. Thanks for jumping online here. I was just so absolutely thrilled to get your
Yeah.
text message, Delaney, and just understand that you took your ACT from a 25 to a 30, and then to see what you did on your individual scores. I'm going to pull this up here in a second, but you took your science score up like 10 points, and your English score went up like 6 points. Math score went up 4 points. And that's just like so incredible. And first off, let me just tell you, this is the first time that I'm actually seeing your face, because when we were actually working, you had a mask on every single time.
Yeah. That's right.
And that was, I'm so used to just seeing the top third of your face. And 1 second here, guys. Yeah, I'm just so used to seeing the top third of my face that when people get on here on an online session, I'm just like, wait, that's what they look like. Your brain kind of puts that together in your mind funny. As to kind of where you are. So that is awesome, guys. Well, first off, congratulations, Delaney. That had to make you feel so awesome to see that progress.
Yeah, it did.
Very cool. So can you kind of fill me in again on where you were you starting off, and kind of where were we before the journey even began, with us working together?
Yeah. I definitely had no idea how to do the science section the first time I took it. Like, I didn't really manage my time well, or in the graphs and stuff like that kind of confused me.
Mm-hmm.
The same with English. Like, I didn't know a lot of the rules and stuff that you taught me. So
yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome in terms of thinking about, looking back and saying, wow, I was lacking in all of the content, right? The ACT is asking us certain pieces, but I didn't even have the skills or the tools to be able to handle those questions, right? So, let me just kind of ask this as well. What was your goal? Why did you want to get that high ACT score in the first place?
I just wanted to get it so I didn't have to worry about it anymore. Like, with like college applications and stuff, like I just wanted to do well and be done with it.
Yeah, it opens up a lot of doors, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In terms of where you can go to school, the scholarship money you can put in place. So that's awesome that you're able to hit that point. So while we were working together, Delaney, what do you think was one of the big kickers for you? Was it the mindset, being able to believe that you could do it, working on the fundamentals, like in terms of the skills, or just challenging yourself, or maybe a combination of all three? What do you think was the biggest kicker for you?
It's probably the fundamentals and challenging myself that probably helped the most.
Mm-hmm. Did you already have that belief in yourself that you're like, oh yeah, I can totally knock this out of the park? Or was that something that we had to work that up for you?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say I was super confident, but I knew I could at least do well. Like, so yeah.
That's awesome. How does that make you feel, Christine? I know that awesome. She came in and just like knocked it out of the park.
So she did, and she put in a lot of work at home. We're really proud of her. I mean, like, she gave it her effort. I mean, she was up some late nights because of her schedule, just getting prepped for it and doing it. So I think we're really proud of her. She did a great job. And your help, of course, like she just took what you gave her and like applied it.
Yeah. And she did a phenomenal job, because I have to commend you, Delaney, because you took the information and, like your mom said, you implemented it, you applied it, right? It's one thing for students to jump into a program and instantly think that they're guaranteed to get that score just by joining. But you are the poster child of saying, hey, you know what? I did it. I came in super prepared every class, and you had everything laid out. It was like, okay, cool. I took the test. I graded it. I went through, I found all my mistakes. I figured them out on my own. And these are the ones that I'm still stuck on. We refined that, made it even better. And in the end, you weren't making those mistakes anymore. It's almost like being able to kind of see the forest through the trees, right? Once somebody shows it to you, you're like, oh, there's where the ACT is trapping me every time. So let me get your take on this, Delaney. I think I said multiple times that the ACT test is super challenging, but it's also very predictable.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Is that something that stood out to you, that the same things kept coming up
Yeah.
one after another?
Yeah.
You know, especially in the English section, were there a lot of rules that you had to learn?
Not a ton. It was all kind of the same thing.
Kind of the same thing, just one after another, huh?
Yeah.
And I always tell people it's like rinse and repeat. If you're missing a comma question, right? You're not just missing 1 point, you're probably missing like 5, right? It's the same type of question, the same theme as you kind of work through that. So I'm curious, you know, if you had to speak to someone that was 3 months ago in the position you were, kind of struggling right around that 20, 23, 24, 25, and wanted to take their score up to a 30. And I'm just going to like bring this up on the screen here, just so you guys can see it as well. This is what you did, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had your 30 up from a 25. Math jumped 4 points. Science jumped 10 points. English jumped 6. Reading went up a couple points. What would you tell someone that's in that spot? How do they get to that top spot there that you got to?
I'd probably say kind of just like what I did, like learn what the test is going to be like, and then just keep taking practice tests and working on the fundamentals and stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's all about getting the practice in, being able to learn from your mistakes and find out that, yeah, you're going to fail quite a bit. Did you learn that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Failure is something that we don't want to be afraid of. It's something that's frustrating and painful a little bit. And Christine, I'm sure you saw her maybe get a little frustrated at times.
Oh yeah.
But fighting through it is the key, right? I want to make sure that I'm helping you not just on the ACT front, but in anything, as you go into future classes, as you go into jobs, career, whatever. I want you to be equipped with the habits and the skills to be able to move through any of those life challenges. And again, I just want to commend you for doing everything I asked you to do, because you just came in, killed it, knocked it out of the park, and got your 30s. So awesome. Do you guys have anything to add?
No, just thank you.
Yeah,
I mean, it helped a
thank
lot.
you so much for
yeah,
for getting her in and working with our crazy schedule. Do you think that she needs to take it again, or do you think she's good? She's kind of talked like she didn't know. Like, didn't you say?
Yeah.
She's kind of, then she was like, I don't think I'll take it again. But
yeah, I mean, for you have that safety net in place.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't, I don't think I sent it to you, did I? That test information release form.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead. I'm going to make a note of that right now,
Okay.
because you might be surprised if you get that test back and you're like, wow, what separates me from a 30 and a 33 is like 3 questions.
Yeah.
You might look at that and say, yeah, maybe I want to go take it again.
Yeah.
You know, that extra little gap. I think everybody thinks it takes so much effort to jump from a 30 to a 33. It's just that extra bit of focus.
Yeah.
It's that extra bit of knowing, okay, every question counts at this level of the game. And once they're there, you don't have to learn that much more. You just have to be careful and not make like a simple mistake.
Right.
So I want to send that to you, because I think you'll probably look at it, Delaney, and say, Mom, are you kidding me? Like, I added wrong or something like that. And I think those situations help us believe that it's possible to go even further, because half the time people think it's impossible to go from a 25 to a 30. Then people think it's impossible to go from a 30 to a 34. But it's just a couple questions. Like when you actually look at the score breakdown, it's like scary how getting a couple more questions right puts it in place for you. So I would just say, you know, if you do go take it again, don't send the scores to any schools. Like when you have to like fill in,
Yeah.
you know, what schools you want to send it to, just don't. And if you do get a better score, then you can say, hey, I took the ACT here, pull that score from this date, and they can do that for you.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I have to tell you, it was just an absolute privilege getting the chance to work with you. You are just super dedicated, motivated, driven, did absolutely everything. And you were resourceful, and I think that that's what I love about certain students, is that you just don't take no for an answer.
Yeah.
And sometimes, other students might just be like, well, I don't want to do it today, or I didn't have time, or this thing came up and I wanted to spend time with my boyfriend, or one thing or another is going to try to get in between you and your goal. You just have to figure out kind of what you want to sacrifice and whether it's a priority or not. So, just so happy to be on this call and just celebrate with you and congratulate you. And thank you guys for jumping on here and celebrating.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, she all not giving herself much credit, because she also took the ACT or the SAT at school that week. Like, what was it, Wednesday, Tuesday? Yeah. Somewhere that week. And then her test center got changed. So she had a lot of little obstacles that kind of stressed her out, but she still did awesome.
Yeah. Those little things don't go away. Those little bumps in the road, unfortunately, don't go away. So getting used to jump through those little hoops at times and still, be able to perform and implement where you need to is the key. So
yeah,
I'll go ahead. I'll make sure I get that form sent out to you here after this call. And if you guys want to put that in, submit it. You can at least get her scores back. And if she wants to go take another whack at it, she can. So
yeah. Awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Awesome, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and let me know if you need any other help. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. You're welcome. All right. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.